999-3101. You can also hear your favorite KURadio programming at any time on Mixcloud.com/KURadio. It's your favorite shows whenever you want them. KUR, Kutztown University's source for music, talk, and everything in between.
Nominated for Best College Radio Station at an institution with under 10,000 enrollment and winner of Best Use of Social Media, your news leader in northeastern Berks County, KUR Kutztown.
News, time for news.
From the KUR Studio Newsroom, I'm Mike Reggs. The State Secretary of Health has approved revisions to Pennsylvania's medical marijuana law that includes allowing the use of the whole plant, including dried leaves. Senator Dale Leach calls it a great day for Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania Secretary of Health, Dr. Rachel Levine, has accepted the Medical Marijuana Advisory Board's recommendation to include dry leaf and plant form as a valid form of medicine under the Commonwealth's medical marijuana protocol. Senator Dalen Leach, who sponsored the bill legalizing medical marijuana in Pennsylvania, talks about why making full-leaf marijuana available to patients is important.
We want a broad range of options as possible for patients to be able to get medical cannabis delivered in the most appropriate way. We also felt that whole plant was necessary for certain conditions that, for example, you can't keep something down or you need relief faster than it can get to you through one of the other methods.
Don Rooney, State Capitol.
I'm Jameer Poindexter with the KUR Sports Update. The Heat snaps the 76ers winning streak, defeating them 113-103, led by veteran guard Dwayne Wade, giving a spark off the bench with 28 points and 7 rebounds. Wade also passed Larry Bird for 10th place in total points scored in the playoffs. They head to Miami for Game 3 Thursday night. 3 playoff games are on Tuesday night as the Wizards face up against the top seed in the East, Toronto Raptors. Milwaukee Bucks go against the Boston Celtics, and the Portland Trail Blazers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. In Golden Bear news, due to inclement weather, the Kutztown University baseball team has postponed its game on Tuesday, April 17th against St. Thomas Aquinas College. No makeup day has been determined. Our women's lacrosse team is set to go up against Millersville Tuesday evening at the Andre Reed Stadium. That's update in an hour here on KUR. For KUR Sports Update, I'm Jameer Poindexter.
Monsoon Mike says, well, we've certainly been on the emotional roller coaster weather-wise the past week or so. It was cold about a week ago, and then we had that summer-like shot around Friday and Saturday with temperatures in the upper 80s. And then in 24 hours on Sunday, it turned into winter once again with cold, damp, dreary, depressing, raw weather. That continued into Monday. Tuesday was kind of a transitional day with a lot of clouds. Finally, it looks like Wednesday should feature a good amount of sunshine, at least some sunshine, before more clouds roll in the afternoon, and then more showers roll back in on Thursday. The good news is the weekend doesn't look too bad. From the KUR Studio Newsroom, I'm Mike Reggs.
Any views or opinions expressed on KUR are not necessarily those of Kutztown University, Kutztown University Student Government, Kutztown University Student Services, Incorporated, KUR staff and management, or other affiliated organizations.
Kutztown Live. Kutztown University Campus's Campus and Community Interest Radio Magazine. You can call Kutztown Live at 610-683-4859. And now, your host for Kutztown Live, Juliana Jablonski.
Good afternoon and welcome to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. I'm your host, Juliana Jablonski, here with my co-host, Mike O'Mara.
What's up, everybody?
Thank you all for tuning in with us on this Tuesday afternoon. I think last night, I'm not sure, you can correct me on this, Mike, SGB awarded KUR with a certificate of recognition
last night, huh?
Was it last night?
Saturday morning.
Okay, I saw it on Instagram last night then. So
yeah, we got
Saturday. Student Government Board awarded KUR with a certificate of recognition for all of the accomplishments on and off air. So that is super
It was amazing.
exciting.
I could talk all about that all day, but yeah, later.
And then, of quick shout out to our own Mike O'Mara.
Yeah.
He was awarded Contrarian of the Year.
I'm contrarian, y'all.
For not being afraid to go against the grain and stand up for the group. So congrats to KUR and Mike O'Mara for that.
I got rewarded for my bad behavior.
And then also, before we start our show, I want to say a big thank you first off to our current KUR e-board. That is Mike O'Mara, President, Casey Dumas, Vice President, Emily Schlegel, and Sam Sebia for Parliamentarian and Treasurer, and Vince
Pickenich.
Yes, that is his last name for secretary. Thank you to all of them for all the work they have put in this past year. And today was the KUR elections for the 2018-2019 school year.
Yes, they were.
And I want to say a big congratulations to our new secretary, Angelo Serra, our new parliamentarian, Laura Kime, our vice president, Connor High, and President Sam Sebia. Congratulations to all of them. I'm looking forward to all that next year has in store. KU has definitely grown so much in this last year, and I'm excited to see where all that goes. Now, back to Kutztown Live related things.
Yeah.
Out of that little spiel there. Last week, here on Kutztown Live, we spoke to Lori D'Onofrio Galli from the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce, and she brought in with her Heather Uzinski from the Leading Edge Business Consulting in Leesport.
Thank you, Lori.
Yes, thank you, Lori and Heather. We also spoke to Brian Zelmer from KU Presents. We spoke to the Brothers of SAE about their box trot event that is today.
Happening
correct?
right now.
Right now,
Right
yes.
now.
Then we also spoke to Sam and Sarah about the Eckhouse Gallery.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on at the end of the show, we had a quick guest special appearance from Sam Sebia and Connor High.
The new leadership.
the new vice president, and also the hosts of Zone Coverage, the sports talk show right after this one.
Mm-hmm.
If you missed last week's show or any show from a few weeks ago, be sure to head on over to the Kutztown University Radio page on YouTube and be sure to look under the Kutztown Live tab. Be sure to click and subscribe there, and be sure to like Kutztown Live on Facebook and Kutztown University Radio on Facebook today to stay up to date on all things going on there. And now, on to today's show. We will be speaking to Faith Cabbage from KU's American Marketing Associations. We also have an interview from Todd
Gilliland. There it is.
Thanks for helping me out with that
Sure
one.
thing.
And we also have an interview from KU's own Jackie Foran. Oh my gosh, did I say that Jackie won earlier today?
It's fine. She didn't. She's
her
also
name.
our treasurer. It's perfectly
She's also
fine.
our treasurer. I think I missed her name.
It's perfectly fine.
I read over it.
Yeah.
Congrats, Jackie. So here with us now on Kutztown Live is Faith Cabbage. Hello and welcome to Kutztown Live.
Hi, thank you for having me, guys.
Peace, Fate. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm a little under the weather. I think you are as well.
I am, yes.
Okay, let's stick with it. We're going to get this
Everybody
done.
stay away.
Stay
away.
That's why she's in the other room. So why are you here today, Faith?
I'm here to talk about the American Marketing Association, our university's chapter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And are you? What do you do in it?
I am the president. I was the president for the 2017-2018 school year, and I was recently reelected to be the president next year as well.
We're just giving a round of applause left and right. Congratulations,
Thank
Faith.
you.
Seriously. How you mentioned? Actually, I saw it on social media. You went to a conference.
Yes, we did. We went to the American Marketing Association's 40th Annual International Collegiate Conference.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
But
amazing.
yes, it was in New Orleans last week or the week before. I can't even remember now.
It was about that. I think it was a late week before.
Yes.
Give or take. Yeah.
Yes, so that was a lot of fun, very insightful. We learned a lot. We're going to have a lot that we're going to be able to implement into our own chapter for next year. We're just really excited about that.
What do you do right now?
Right now,
as an organization?
Well, this year was kind of like a learning curve, honestly, for the e-board because...
I can feel you on that. Yeah.
Yes, we were all new. The previous e-board graduated, so we were kind of just like figuring it out. Yeah. So we did do some events. We had some fundraising. Something new that we did this year was the creation of subcommittees. So within the group, instead of just having the e-board doing everything and being the ones who are primarily involved in the club, we had subcommittees to help out those members of the e-board. So we had...
Smart.
Yes, it was good. We had trips and events, advertising and promotion, fundraising, And
where'd you go? Where's somewhere that you visited from KUMAA?
We're actually going this Thursday to Webpage FX in Harrisburg.
Cool.
They are having a students' day, so we're going there. There's like a resume building workshop. You get a tour of their campus. There's food, which is always a plus.
I'm pretty sure previous KUR members interning there this summer, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We had a person from Webpage come in, Emily, her name was, and she kind of like gave us a presentation there, and she also told us about the internship opportunities and whatnot. So the word of the internships have definitely been brought on campus.
Has anyone in your organization successfully gotten an internship based on the connections built?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know Paige has the State Farm internship now.
Shout out to Paige McGovern.
Yes. But I don't know specifically if anyone has gotten one at Webpage FX.
Not just Webpage in general. Through being in the AMA, have they received an internship? Have they some sort of networking opportunities? Is that something that can be done?
Yes, it definitely can be done. Like I just mentioned, the State Farm internship. That
was through this?
Yes,
That's awesome.
They primarily usually pick people from our club. I don't know who's interning there next year, but Paige did get the internship this year from being in the club. I'm sure there are other instances, but that's the first one coming to mind.
Yeah. How hard is it to get into AMA?
It's not hard at all.
So if you just want to join, you can totally do that.
Yes.
And have opportunity.
Yes.
You can go places.
Right.
You can meet new people.
Yes.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. So where do you guys meet?
We meet in DeFran, usually room 210.
DeFrancesco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a building.
Yeah, so we usually meet either Tuesdays or Thursdays during the free hour, so like 11 to 12.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you have social media. I'm pretty sure you have social media. I saw it. So where are you at? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
yes, all of
Tumblr. You on Tumblr?
No Tumblr.
You got to get on Tumblr. Where you're missing it.
KUR doesn't have a Tumblr
Yet. I'm working on it. I'm just kidding. I'm absolutely
so
kidding.
we are on those platforms. We primarily use Instagram to kind of just like tell everyone on campus what's going on, like when our meetings are, what kind of events are coming up and whatnot.
Do you do any consulting? If someone like an organization or a student wants I need help with marketing, is that something you guys do?
That's something we haven't done, but actually it's something we've been thinking of doing since we got home from the conference. There's a lot of schools that have like a marketing or ad agency within their club. So it's kind of things like that sounds like it's something huge and big and fancy, but it's really just like other clubs or smaller businesses just coming to our club and being like, hey, could you help us with this promotional whatever?
Yeah.
So it isn't something that we have done, but it is something we're thinking of doing. We're hoping to do.
Yeah, you've been here for a year. You were in this role, and you're going to be back into it.
Yep.
What's something that you didn't accomplish this year that you are looking to just get done and make it happen next year?
Well, this year I really wanted to take the group to an advertising firm in New York City. The club has previously done it. This year I had some issues doing that, just like connecting with these agencies and finding a time that's going to work out. So unfortunately, my plans fell through. We weren't able to go. So next year, that's one of my main goals, because I've been to the firms with the clubs before, and I know how much fun that is and how insightful it is. And I just want other members and new members to be able to experience that as well.
What do you think has been one of maybe the most beneficial parts about being a part of this, or something that you took away from the conference that just anyone could input into their own lives?
It's a good question.
One of my favorite speakers at the conference, her name was GK, and I can't remember her last name, but GK stood for something. But anyway, she gave a presentation on how to nail an interview, basically, and I just thought that's something that's so important for anyone, whether it's marketing, whatever field they're going into, not just for members of the club but anyone. So yeah, that was something that I really took away from, and then I printed the notes and gave it to the members of the club so that they have it as well. But sorry, I can't even remember what your question originally was.
It's all good. Just kind of one of the most memorable things from the conference and anything. But when you were saying that last week, we had Heather Uzinski from she was a business consultant, and I was asking her, like, what is the most important thing about going for an interview? And even just, like, hearing her talk about that was just good for me to hear, I think. And so that's definitely, I think, something beneficial to know in general.
I'm trying to find this speaker. I can't.
Yeah.
I was trying to find some quotes here. That's so well.
Her GK was something, it was short for something that I honestly could not pronounce.
Perfectly fine. You took the message away regardless. That's the best part. So hopefully it's something, not just that one, but hopefully you attended other panels, networked with the appropriate people, and you're able to bring that back and apply it. That is so difficult, and I applaud you for giving it your best effort. Seriously, that's incredible.
Yeah, it was great, and I'm hoping that next year we'll be able to bring more people there, so then, you know, my brain won't have to remember as much. So they'll help me out.
There you go. Faith, this is now your opportunity. Do you have anything else going on in your life, anything else going on in AMA that you want the people to know?
I want more people to get involved. It's such a great opportunity, especially for those people who are business majors, especially marketing majors. Like, why aren't you in the club? You know, like, that's what I want to know. Why not?
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, it's really just a great opportunity for anyone who's looking to build their resume, make connections, and like just, you know, have a little group outside of your classmates who are like-minded.
I like that.
And if someone wanted to be a part of the club or had questions, how do they become a part of it? Or how could they contact you with any questions they might have? Or who would they contact with questions?
Really, anyone, if they were interested, they could contact me or anyone else in the club on the e-board. As far as joining for this year goes, I mean, we've got like a couple weeks left of the semester.
2-3 weeks, yeah.
Right.
3 weeks
but,
left.
For next semester, we will be having our first meeting pretty early in the semester, and we advertise those with flyers and just using social media. We also send out like a mass email. So really anyone who wants to get involved in the club can either reach out to one of us and we'll let them know when our first meeting is, but definitely show up to that first meeting and just kind of get a taste of what it's going to be like.
You know, I'm pretty sure that we have you running in we have cards that we read on air live. I'm pretty sure you're in here. And if you want more stuff of what you got going on in here, send me a message. We'll make it happen, okay?
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Well, any final thoughts or things you'd like to say this afternoon?
Not really, other than I hope to see more people join next year. I hope that more people will take away from this opportunity.
All right. We'll have to keep an eye out for next year on those flyers and when and where to meet. Well, thank you so much for coming in and being on Kutztown Live with us this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming in, and we'll be back with more of Kutztown Live.
Since 1994, The Bagel Bar, located at 214 West Main Street in the borough of Kutztown, is a local internet cafe featuring strong varieties of New York bagels, cream cheeses, sandwiches, fresh brewed coffee, and smoothies. Whether you work, study, or live in the area, The Bagel Bar has your favorite breakfast and lunch. To place an order, call 610-683-5440. That's 610-683-5440. Mention you heard this on Kutztown University Radio.
I'm going to be a star on Saturday Night Live.
I'm going to be a pediatric nurse.
I'm going to write the next great American novel.
I'm going to pursue my love of art and study at WashU in St. Louis.
But then, meningitis B struck. Our dreams never did come true.
We all had the meningitis vaccine that was available at the time, and that helped protect us against 4 of the most common groups of meningitis here in the U.S., A, C, W, and Y.
But at that time, there was no vaccine in the U.S. for meningitis B, so we didn't have the chance to be protected against it.
But there's good news. Today, there is a vaccine available to help protect against meningitis B.
Ask your doctor about it.
Because 16 to 23-year-olds have an increased risk
because of how we socialize. For example, at crowded concerts or at parties.
Where we can share a drink.
Or a kiss.
Basically, we share saliva.
Know that when meningitis strikes, it can happen fast.
Meningitis can lead to death, sometimes within 24 hours of being perfectly healthy.
I can't imagine thinking it's okay to knowingly help protect myself against only 4 of the 5 vaccine-preventable groups of meningitis.
That is not okay.
Help make your dreams come true. Get vaccinated with both vaccines. The one for ACW and Y, plus a separate shot for Men B.
Do it because you can.
Colleen's Craft and Flowers is your premier full-service florist and gift shop. Located at 16 North White Oak Street in the heart of Kutztown, Colleen's features an extensive line of unique gifts in addition to a wide selection of fresh flowers. KU students are encouraged to use bear bucks for birthdays, anniversaries, or just because. And yes, Colleen's delivers. For more information, call Colleen's at 610-683-9330. That's 610-683-9330, or visit kutztownflorist.com.
Welcome back to Kutztown Live, Kutztown University's campus and community talk show. We just spoke to Faith Cabbage from KU's American Marketing Association. Thank you, Faith, for coming in to speak to us this afternoon.
Sultry, I love it.
Coming up in just a little bit, we have an interview from Todd Gilliland.
Gilliland.
I
Close.
keep saying it wrong.
It's fine. It's kind of a tough name.
And Jackie Foran.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up this week, some events going on here in KU. The movie that is playing in the MSU on Thursday and Friday at 8, and Saturday and Sunday at 3 and 8 in the Alumni Auditorium is The Commuter. Have you heard of The Commuter?
With Liam Neeson, where he's on a train. He's on a train, and it's a Liam. Okay, if you like Liam Neeson getting into trouble and then fighting his way out of trouble.
Liam Neeson. What was he in?
Everything. Liam Neeson was in everything. He was in Avatar: The Last Airbender. He was in James Bond. He was James Bond.
I know that name. I just can't.
He's actually Avalanche, the Golden Bear. Liam Neeson is Avalanche.
I used to be Avalanche.
I know you were. How was that? How was that experience?
It was an experience.
I guess Liam Neeson would feel the same. But no, it's a film.
It was fun. It was exciting. It was cool to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm pretty sure it's a film where it's like fight or flight kind of thing. He has to survive on a train.
I definitely have seen this. I thought it was about a girl.
It's about Liam Neeson. Most likely about Liam Neeson having to save a girl.
I don't know, but I wanted to see it when it was in movies. Maybe I'll
go see it. It's free.
See it.
It's
Thursday
free for
Friday.
Community. Free. Students free. It's free. It's a free film.
Maybe I'll
in a movie theater.
Check it out.
MSU 183.
All right. Also, ACE has some events coming up this week.
Yes, they
for Earth Day, which is this Sunday.
They got so many things happening.
What's today?
Saturday
or Sunday.
Yeah.
Tonight, though, Tuesday, April 17th at 7 p.m. in MSU room 183, they're having a film night.
Mm-hmm.
The film they are watching is called Just Eat It, a food waste story.
Just eat it.
Then tomorrow night, they're also having another film night in MSU room 183 at 7, titled Plastic Paradise.
I don't know about that one.
Don't know about either of them. Then on Thursday, April 19th at 9 a.m., out on the MSU lawn, their rain location is MSU room 218, is the Earth Day Farmers Market.
We were trying to cover that.
What is that going to be? Do you know?
It's like a whole. Some
Are
of
they
the
gonna
details.
have like vegetables?
I'm not
like...
sure. I don't know if they're actually legally allowed to do that on campus, but I'm pretty sure it's going to just be a communal event. They tried to get us for the music, but it's a full day event. They reached out to us 2 days in advance, and we want to help, but at the same time, we got to make sure that we have our own ducks in a row per se. So it's going to be a really cool event. From I think about 10 to 3, 10 to 4.
It said 9 a.m. was when it starts.
Yeah, I think they pushed that back a little bit.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, but it's going to be a communal event out in the MSU lawn. So hopefully the temperature's right. Hopefully the rain subsides, and they can simply focus on having a good time.
It was snowing a little bit out there.
No, it wasn't. You're lying. And it should be really cool. Not a lot of stuff happens like that on our campus. So this week you take it and you savor it.
I'm excited. I was like, "Ooh, farmers market." I don't know what it'll be, but I'll go check it out. I guess. Then also on Friday, April 20th, from 8 a.m. Wow, to 4 p.m.
That's late. Yeah, I'm up at 4 a.m. every day.
8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said 8 to 4.
Yeah. In the Academic Forum, room 201, there is an environmental conference.
Really? In one room, there's a conference. That's insane.
from 8 to 4.
There's a conference happening on a school day, on an active school day. That's insane.
I don't know what all it entails, but if you're into the safety
You might have to.
environment,
Does it mention you have to sign up anywhere?
No, it just says environmental conference this week with ACE.
Go. I want to know more. So I'm going to reach out to the president, Jerry Freeze, and I'm going to follow him on social media. If you don't already, at Ace Kutztown, I believe. Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram. They're on it. They're doing it.
And also, I just saw they just shared that. Oh, just kidding. What's today?
Today is
Never mind.
Tuesday.
It says today, but it was posted a couple days ago, so that's why I was confused.
Perfectly
So it's
fine.
not today.
I understand. Aggregated content is aggressive.
But yeah, be sure to like Kutztown University Radio on Facebook.
Do it. Hashtag KURadio everywhere.
KURadio on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Huh.
What are we on Instagram? Is it KU?
At KUR1670.
Is that our thing?
What?
Yeah.
We're 1670 AM, our thing. You're look at me. Yeah, of course. Yeah, 1670 AM. We wanted to do KURadio. You know what? Someone already had that from like a decade ago. It's fine. It's okay. It's whatever. We're not sour about it. But at KUR1670 on Instagram, just use hashtag KURadio and you'll find us. We're everywhere, and we're doing it. We're to keep doing it, right, Juliana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Juliana's in agreement.
Well, like I announced earlier, we've got a new e-board coming up for the 2018-2019 school year.
Yes, we do.
And Mike, you have been the president this year. What
Yes,
has
I
been
have.
one of your maybe most memorable, favorite things, something you'll definitely take away from being specifically the president of KUR?
I'm on the spot. Okay. All right. So one of the favorite things good Lord, one of the best things that I've did on this campus and as a president's organization for not just myself but for this organization is to communicate and press the flesh with a lot of these campus organizations. It is a lot of work to maintain that level of communication. And I took it upon myself, and with the assistance of Kutztown Live's producer and our station manager, Mike Reggs, to communicate with, I think, about 112 or 115 total organizations. So that includes businesses that are local and campus organizations. To communicate with them and to say, look, we want to be here for you. We are here for you. And to see their faces light up was very nice. It was very rewarding. A lot of organizations and offices on campus usually have to deal with people asking them to do stuff, but it's the other way around. Mm-hmm. We want to push them. We want to communicate what they're doing with the people in general. So I really like that. No matter what office I walked into, I was usually met with a smile. And that doesn't happen a lot, unfortunately. I'm not trying to talk ill of the university, but people are stressed. People are overworked. So they have a lot going on. So it's really refreshing when I would assume, because based on the reaction, when someone comes in and says, I want to help you. And one other thing as well is being able to quantify my value as well. So I'm getting a little selfish here, but as someone who does a lot of social media content, it's really tough for you to pinpoint your value in that field right now. Mm-hmm. It's a new burgeoning field. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of opportunity, but you have to be able to quantify and convey that, what you do anyway, to an employer. What are you going to say? Like, oh, I posted online for 2 years. That's not effective. So you need to come up with value. You need to come up with numbers, practical application of the content that you post, and says, this is exactly what I'm doing. So that's what I did. I was able to document, compile, report, repeat. And that's what I did. And I'm able to try to turn that into a professional setting and a professional work environment. So, social media people out there, you can get a job. It can be practical. It can work for you. Trust me. This is the president of the radio station talking. Make it happen.
What one quick piece of advice you would give the next president of KUR,
who may or may not be sitting outside right now in the studio?
If you could give him one quick piece of advice, just count.
Okay, one quick piece of advice: do not shirk sleep. Okay, please, for the love of God, do not shirk sleep. Don't. I stress out about a lot of things. Get 8 hours of sleep, please. Please, because if you sit there and you get 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep, it piles up. It's called sleep debt. And that just really eats at you. So you want to make sure that you get a full night's rest, that you set aside a time where you say, I am done. I'm done today. I'm going to relax. I need my time. I'm going to pick up my game. I'm going to read my book. I'm going to listen to my music, because balance is key. And I hope he won't have an issue with that. But everyone has an issue with that. So I'm hoping he's able to look back and go, I can focus and I can get stuff done. Because that's the most important thing, y'all. Balance. Balance and money. Yeah.
I started laughing there for a second. So in KUR, we have Piper's Pal.
Piper!
Which is a girarfe
Yeah, what
that
up, Pipe?
gets passed around. And
Who's going to get the pipe this week?
Well, okay. Oh, my gosh.
What? His name's Piper. His name's Piper.
Anyway, he was over there. Mike Regensberger
Who?
won
Mike?
He won Piper this week.
Mike Reggs, yes. Advisor, general manager, producer.
And he's over there taking pictures.
He's over there taking
He had
pictures
the
of Pipe?
headphones on him.
Yo.
And he had him by the computer, so be sure to... sometimes
Piper's
they're
Pal.
shared.
There's a whole album on the KUR Facebook page. If you go on right now, you'll be able to see our little giraffe thing person sitting on rocks in Central Park, shadowing shows, eating food, attending conferences, going to movies. We're doing it. She's doing it. I'm jealous. I wish I had the time to be Piper. Man. And now she's wearing shoes.
She's got shoes, a backpack,
She's got shoes.
a jacket. She
Little
gets
draft
a
got
new item
shoes.
of clothing. it
Your
seems
draft
every
doesn't
time.
have shoes. Ours does. I'm talking to the people listening. They don't have drafts with shoes. We do. That's why you should join KUR.
Giraffes recently went on the endangered species
No,
list.
shh, we're not talking. No.
Did you know that?
I did. I'm sad about
But
it.
bees are off.
Bees are off?
I think I saw that.
That's really
bees,
good.
Like, save the bees. Still save the bees.
Yeah,
to this
still
day.
save the bees. Just because they're off the endangered list doesn't mean you don't save the bees. But that's really good that they're no longer on
I
that.
think I saw that.
Well, as you're looking it up, I mean, I'm a little heartbroken over the endangered edition of giraffes. I understand it. They're poached. They might have lost some habitat. Do you have any confirmation on those bees?
According to the Washington Post.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the bees are doing just fine.
Yes!
That's the headline.
Still treat the bees with respect. If you see one tired, give one some, sugar water? Is that what you're supposed to do? Instead of stomping it, give it some sugar water. Give it a little sugar. I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say that. But anyway, respect the bees. Respect the bees.
All right. Well, it looks like we've got 2 interviews coming up from Todd.
Yeah. We got Todd
Say his last
Gilliland.
name for
Yeah,
me.
sure. NASCAR's Todd Gilliland's up next, and then we have Students for Life Jackie Foran.
Yes.
I interviewed her. It's going to be really interesting.
So stay tuned for those interviews.
Absolutely, folks.
PSECU is one of Pennsylvania's largest credit unions. Located in McFarland Student Union, room 280, PSECU offers students, faculty, and staff a full range of low-cost or free financial services. The credit union operates 3 ATMs on campus, free for members. For more information, visit www.psecu.com. That's www.psecu.com. The Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce is your premier resource and voice for trusted local business. The Chamber advances regional economic and cultural growth through supportive collaboration with business and community organizations, as well as government. For more information, call the Northeast Berks Chamber of Commerce at 610-683-8860. That's 610-683-8860, or visit their website at northeastberkschamber.com.
My name is Michael O'Mara, and you're listening to a very, very unique thing on Kutztown Live. Let's go with that. I'm here right now with Todd Gilliland, who is a NASCAR Truck Series driver, and he's here thanks to the Slam Club. Thank you for coming, both of you.
Thanks for having us.
What is the Slam Club?
So Slam Club stands for Sports Leisure Athletic Management. It's a sport management club on campus. So what we try to do is try to get our sport management students involved in the sports world before they're thrown into it. So we do a lot of volunteering with local sports businesses. We do networking events where we go to different venues and different teams and get to talk to people that work there and just kind of give students a taste of what they're looking towards after graduation.
Sounds practical. I like it.
Yeah.
If someone wants to join Slam, how do they do it?
They can come to one of our first meetings of the semester. Those are usually the second week of each semester, but you can email us at slam@kutztown.edu to find out when those meetings are at.
Awesome. That's a very nice way to get it. Ubuntu. All right. So, Todd, you are a 17-year-old racing phenom. Am I correct in saying that?
I'm 17 years old, but hopefully people say I'm a phenom or whatever.
I think I do. I was reading up on you. You're pretty damn impressive. You're on a college tour, changing tires and changing lives. Did you get a new record out here when you were changing the tire?
Yeah, I think we got about 10 seconds as a team. So, anyone that wants to go out there and compete with that is more than welcome to. It's definitely a fun event, and hoping to get a few people out to Pocono Raceway later this year.
And you visited Scranton, right? Just recently. You went there for a Q&A session, and you just talked to the students. I saw through some photos. Are you doing the same here? Or are you holding a Q&A session? Have you already done that?
Yep, we're having a Q&A session later on today, and just trying to inform everyone about what NASCAR is all about if they haven't heard about it, and if they have some more specific questions, and those are fun too. So definitely come out and join us, and ask away.
Is this your first time visiting Kutztown?
Yes, it is my first time.
This is your first time visiting tons of colleges all in a row?
Yes, these are my first 2 colleges. So
nice.
I was joking with my mom. I said, "Look at that! I'm finally going to college tours." But it's been a lot of fun to learn what the college life is about in a few days.
So, are you planning to do NASCAR full time once you're out of high school, or are you going to college?
No, I definitely plan on racing, but NASCAR is broken down into like the 3 top series. It's the Monster Energy Cup Series, which is the top, and then the Xfinity Series, and then the Camper World Truck Series, which is where I'm racing this season. So, my goal is obviously to keep moving up and keep learning, and hopefully finish high school. And people give me a hard time for not going to college, but just different people. The preparation is just a little bit different, like anyone else would learn about. The specific career that they want to go into. I've been racing since I was 5 years old, and that's kind of just the preparation that it takes to race.
I'm pretty sure the idea of college, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm almost graduating, so I think I have a little bit of insight, is you want to expand your worldview. You want to learn practical skills to apply to a professional world. You're doing that through this opportunity, and you're going to keep doing that. So I'm not saying college is moot, but if you already have the job and you're good at the job and you have a future in it, then college might be not the best choice. So people are really giving you a hard time for not going to college.
Just different people, but it really has been a great time to just be able to expand and talk to so many different people in so many different regions of the United States. That's one of the unique things. We race from Las Vegas on the West Coast to Watkins Glen in New York. So all over the place, and it's really cool to get to talk to the different people all across the United States.
One of my biggest issues as a student and as someone involved in a lot of extracurriculars on campus is balance. How is it balancing the stresses of being a high school student with being a professional athlete?
Yeah, that's one of the toughest things. There's only so much time in the day, so I have to wake up. And I'm sure you guys are very familiar with that. And I go to the shop every morning, and I work on homeschool stuff. So I'm finishing my senior year this year, and I'm homeschooled. So that makes it a little bit easier. But after that, I get to go out and mess around in the shop and talk to all the guys and work on the cars. So a little bit different, but I definitely still have to finish all my schoolwork for the day first.
Now, if I could get just a little, I want to take it back a little bit. Since I was maybe I was 1 maybe ish. My father was a very, very prominent local drag strip racer. So I grew up around just the vibrations. I grew up around the smell. I grew up around all of it. Every single weekend, for better or worse, getting up at 8, packing up the truck, getting the car up after working on it, making sure it's all fine tuned, and then going to the track from like sun up to sundown, right? And I did that for years, up until I was like 13, 14, 15. I didn't grab that torch that my father wanted to pass me to, but you did. So how is growing up in that world shaped how you view like stuff that's outside of that world?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. My dad and my grandpa both raced, so that's kind of how I was introduced to it. But I have definitely my own love for it, and I think that's what it takes to kind of carry it on. And I started racing when I was 5, and we've just been, like you said, just been carrying the torch. But from the outside, just the business side of NASCAR and everything, you learn a lot. A lot of B2B deals to make everything work. For one company to the other, to where they can sponsor you. For half a season or full season. It's all about relationships and just knowing what person to talk to and kind of how to get a hold of everyone.
I mean, in high school, when I think about my senior year of high school, at this time, I was going through the worst absolute breakup of my entire life. I thought like everything was just done. I was just a wreck. And you, going in the professional world, you have a general understanding. You seem to have a solid team around you, and you have a nice perspective. So that's refreshing. A lot of high schoolers don't have a general idea of what they want to do when they go out of it, but you're doing it. So, I mean, seriously, Todd, thank you for coming here to Kutztown University Radio. Where are you going to next?
Actually, tonight I'm flying back to North Carolina, and then we're driving up to Bristol, Tennessee, where we have a race this weekend. So it's a busy schedule, but I'm excited to be able to come on this show and also visit everyone today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Bristol's fantastic. I've had friends and family that have attended there for races. So good luck, seriously. Slam, anything else you want to add today?
No, just if anybody wants to get in contact with us, we're on all social media too at KU Slam Cub, or you can email us at slam@kutztown.edu and get in contact with us and get involved.
All right. So if you want to know more about Todd Gilliland, visit toddgilliland.com. That's TODD, correct me if I'm wrong in spelling this, GILLILAND.com. It's a fine little area where you can learn a lot about this kid, because this kid's you're going to hear more about him. If you're a NASCAR fan, even if you're not a NASCAR fan, you're going to hear about him. So for all things Kutztown University Radio, be sure to follow us on social media using hashtag KURadio.
Email any suggestions to KUR@kutztown.edu. Complaints, concerns, questions, whatever you may be thinking at the time, it's KUR@kutztown.edu.
My name is Michael O'Mara, and I'm here with a very special guest. You're listening to Kutztown Live, by the way. What is it? What's Kutztown Live? It's a community podcast talk show thing, and we do it every Tuesdays at 3 p.m. right here on Kutztown University Radio. And I have Jackie.
Yeah, that's me, Jacqueline Ferran.
Jacqueline Ferran. Jack, who are you? Who are you to me? Who are you to the listener?
I am the president of Students for Life Kutztown.
What does that mean?
Well, it's the most hated group on campus.
Okay, well that's right off the bat. Right off the bat, defensive stance. Why are they so hated? What do you do?
I'm just joking. I mean, people don't hate us, or at least I hope that they wouldn't, but we are a pro-life group on campus, and it's very controversial, but we believe that we should be supporting pregnant and parenting students on campus. We want to defund Planned Parenthood and be a voice for the voiceless.
Okay, and are you the only pro-life oriented organization on campus right now?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Are you maroon status, gold status? Where are you at right now?
We're maroon status.
Maroon status,
but we're hoping to go for gold status very soon.
Okay. And how members-wise, how many you got right now?
We have about 20 dedicated members.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you guys, I mean, I see you around. You do events on campus?
Yes, we do. We do tabling on campus. I mean, obviously for recruiting, we like to kind of set up displays to get people thinking and talking.
What kind of displays?
Well, the other day we had a recruitment and kind of conversation table where we had a sign up that was, should abortion remain legal?
Mm-hmm.
And so people would come up to us and they would talk to us and tell us about their beliefs, and then we'd tell them about ours. So it was very rational discussions, just good conversations that are productive, and trying to stray away from stereotypes that people might have about pro-lifers.
Yeah.
They think that that we hate women, that we yell, that all of these negative things, but really we just want to talk with people and get people thinking about abortion, because it's a very big issue in our country.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that it's talked about enough. I think a lot of the times
it's taboo.
It's taboo. It's brushed under the rug because nobody wants to talk about it. Like, that's too sensitive of an issue, but I don't believe that any issue should be too sensitive to where we shouldn't talk about it.
Yeah, I kind of look at it. I'm not trying to say it's cloning, but cloning, people dispute cloning because it's being God, acting as God,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say the same perspective may apply to abortion.
Yeah.
If I'm a critic or a proponent of it, I would say that is playing God. That is getting too far into it. That is saying, look, nature has taken its course. Nature has happened. If you want to look at it as a mistake, you look at it as a mistake, or you looked at it as an opportunity, as a life.
Mm-hmm.
That is a rational perspective. And my question is the rational discussion a commonplace, or is it more radical, or just people coming up and yelling at you for being on campus?
Well, we've had a lot of productive conversations with people. Sometimes people will come up to us and they'll obviously have a wall put up and they'll ask us questions to try to stump us. But I think they'll quickly realize that we just want to respond with compassion and we want to get to know them better. We want to understand why people are pro-choice so that they can maybe hopefully understand why we're pro-life. And when it comes down to it, it's not just about changing people's minds. It's about having productive conversations so that we can end this taboo nature of abortion. Like we need to talk about issues, otherwise nothing will ever change.
Mm-hmm. And this is a question I know someone's listening might think. Is there any religious or political affiliation with Students for Life here at Kutztown?
No, there's not. That's actually I'm glad you brought that up because we are a very diverse bunch. We don't discriminate against anyone because of sexual orientation, gender, political affiliation. We don't discriminate for any reason whatsoever when people want to join our club. And many of us are Republicans, but many of us are Democrats. Like the club is kind of split down the middle, I would say, if not more Democrat leaning. One of the members of our group is a socialist. Others, they are the more I think they voted Democrat in the previous election. We just have a mix, and I think that's the best part about it because you don't have to be a Republican to be pro-life. It's a very simple human rights violation is what abortion is and what it comes down to. And if you believe that all human beings are equal and have equal value and worth, then you're probably pro-life.
Mm-hmm. How do you join?
You can email studentsforlife@kutztown.edu. If you want to join Students for Life, be a voice for the voiceless. You can go to Facebook. Our handle is Students for Life Kutztown.
So at Students for Life Kutztown
at Students for Life.
Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. Sorry,
okay.
yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Now, it's a pretty solid introduction into the organization itself. What kind of opportunity exists within the organization that someone could right off the ground, improve themselves?
Yeah, well, we offer trainings so people can kind of improve their dialogue skills. And it's not just when it comes down to talking to people about abortion. It's just in general. We offer a training course. It's like this online course from the Equal Rights Institute, and it's, I think, a 10-module lesson of videos where people learn, how to, constructively discuss issues with other people and how to not ask pointed questions and, get angry and how to control your emotions, especially with such a sensitive topic. We want to be rational. We want to use the facts, and we want to be especially compassionate because of how sensitive this issue is.
Is that a requirement to join?
Yes. Well, once you join, we give you access to the course. Mm-hmm. And if you want to participate in tabling and, go out and talk to people, you do have to go through this course because we don't want somebody coming in that is radically pro-life, and we don't want somebody yelling at people, calling them murderers like that. We don't want that because that is not pro-life. That is absolutely not pro-life. If you're calling someone a murderer, then you're not pro-life.
It seems like a personal agenda.
Yes.
In some capacities. And correct me if I'm wrong, you are part of a bigger connection, Students for Life of America?
Students for Life of America. It's an international organization, actually.
International, okay.
Yeah, because they used to just be national, but then they've expanded and they have partnerships in a bunch of different countries, which is awesome. And, they host a Students for Life National Conference once every year. It's the day after the March for Life. And they offer leadership trainings and trainings in general for different groups all over the nation. Just 2 weeks ago, we received a training about Planned Parenthood from one of our regional coordinators. And she works for Students for Life in Ohio, and she was able to kind of video call us and just tell us a little bit about Planned Parenthood. And another week back, we had another coordinator train us on pregnant and parenting students and how we can better support them on our campus. Mm-hmm. So we get a lot of training, receive a lot of information and facts, and we have a lot of discussions because, obviously not everything is, black and white, cut and dry. So a lot of the times during our club meetings, we can just kind of discuss and ask questions, big questions that are important because there are a lot of different arguments against and for the pro-life side, and we just want to address all of those. So if you're listening right now and you're interested, we have meetings every Thursday at 5 p.m. and MSU 325. And MSU 325 is kind of up the stairs. It's in a weird little place.
Yeah, you can take an elevator up to the third floor if you're nervous about the stairs, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like past the commuter lounge, if you know where that is. You can also ask the information desk every Thursday night at 5 p.m. in MSU 325.
Now, I remember a couple months ago, 7 years ago, whatever, you were in Washington, D.C., and you met Michael Pence.
Yes.
Why did you meet Vice President Michael Pence?
I got to meet Mike Pence because last spring, about a year ago now, we did pro-life chalking on our campus. And basically, we wrote helplines for women that were in crisis pregnancies. We wrote messages about loving them both, like supporting both mother and child, all over campus. And we spent about 3 hours one night doing that up until like 12 a.m. And by 9 a.m. the next morning, university employees were erasing our chalk off of the sidewalks, which was a violation of our free speech rights on campus. So what we ended up doing is we sent a letter to the university using one of the free law firms that is connected with Students for Life of America. And we didn't, that sounds kind of weird, we didn't use them. They helped us. They helped us out for free. We got them to change their chalking policy, the school's chalking policy, so that it was more in favor of free speech, and so that wouldn't happen again. So if a pro-choice group wanted to go and write pro-choice things,
not just pro-life, it's just in general.
Yeah, in general. Like if you have a message and you want to get out there, you should be able to write whatever you want.
And that rule's changed?
Yeah, I mean, well, of course, it was in the chalking policy. It said that the university could get rid of any chalking that was deemed as discriminatory or offensive, which is completely subjective depending on the university. So we had to get that changed, and we did.
And you said it was hotlines and information about what you guys do to support women or just parents in general that might be dealing with some of these issues on campus. And subjectively speaking, you do not find that discriminatory or offensive. But at that time, someone must have.
Yeah, somebody must have called in and, asked them to erase it, which was surprising because a lot of women probably needed that information or the helplines, and they were erased. But
do you still chalk around campus?
Oh yeah. There's gonna be some chalking coming soon. But it'll be good. I mean, hopefully it sparks discussions. Like that's the main point. Like we don't want to offend people. Obviously, we can't control if people do get offended, but we just want to have discussions. We just want to know what people think. We want people to talk about it, and essentially, we got the chalking policy changed, and Students for Life of America was informed about it, and so they got to set up a meeting with Mike Pence to discuss.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mikey.
Yeah.
Okay, bring him back. Yeah.
Yeah. To discuss free speech issues on campus. So Students for Life got about 13 members from across the nation to talk about their free speech rights on their campuses and what they've been going through. So myself and 12 other students got to go to his office and kind of explain what happened at our campus. And so some other students, like one was from Illinois, another was from Florida, they kind of told him that, my Cemetery of the Innocents display was vandalized. Or I tried to put up posters and my posters were torn down. Because this is kind of a reoccurring thing for pro-life groups all across the nation, is that we're discriminated against, unfortunately, and people tear down our posters and they get rid of our chalking, and they just don't want to hear anything about abortion. They
Devil's advocate, you could definitely say that for the opposite.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh, 100%. It's unfortunate because it's not something that's just one-sided. There are radical people on both sides of this issue, on any issue. There's always going to be the crazies on each side that are doing crazy things.
So you roll your eyes and just go, what do we do? How do we deal with this group of individuals who, just because they don't agree with us, means that they are absolutely 100% against us?
Yeah. And it's unfortunate because that's not what free speech is about. And if you support free speech, even if you don't agree with an opinion, it doesn't give you the right to rip somebody's flyer down.
It sounds as if even though the issues themselves are divisive, it seems the participants within the issues themselves are far more similar than you would otherwise believe.
Yeah.
Because you have multiple people that are passionate about something.
Yeah.
And you have multiple people that are trying their best to try to raise awareness of that, and it just keeps clashing heads instead of really hunkering down and focusing. That could be derived from the two-party system.
Yeah.
That very well could be. But again, this organization is not politically affiliated, but people like to subjectively interpret it as such. And I've seen that happen every time. If you have a conversation regarding any of this with anybody, it immediately becomes an issue of policy, an issue of politics, an issue. It kind of goes into race sometimes, and they all play factors. They really do.
Yeah.
But your goal is to try to weed through some of the noise and really focus on your perspective, which is trying to help people on this campus deal with some of the issues and questions they might have.
Yeah.
Now, how did something come out of the Mike Pence interview? Did you come back with like, oh, now we have more money, now we have a larger cultural footprint? What came out of that other than just telling Mike that something happened?
I mean, we just kind of told Mike that something happened. Like, it was amazing.
Okay.
It was amazing. Like, I got to go to the White House, and so did a bunch of other people. And, just tell the Vice President of the United States that there are free speech issues going on campus and that these problems need to be addressed. And no, we didn't get any money for it or anything in particular. It was just the experience that was amazing.
Is there any advocacy going on from your organization here on campus to our local representatives about your perspective?
Well, I'm talking to you right now, but
local representative. I'm not just student government. I'm referring to just like your elected representatives in state Congress and.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We definitely should. But I was hoping that they would be aware of it because a few news outlets did write about our problem when it happened last year. But
I mean, you'll see it on this campus. Bureaucratic politics runs rampant.
Yeah.
So what unfortunately you see is you got a million things happening at any given point, and everything becomes muddled. Multiply that by 10, and that's their responsibility and their duty. So if you don't have a stronger voice, and I'm not trying to tell you, I'm not trying to say that Jackie's perspective is the outright best one. I'm not saying that, listeners. What I am saying is, even if you agree or disagree, let your state representatives know. That's how you enact consistent progress and consistent change. Because I honestly don't know if I'm pretty sure we're a red area, so you might have someone willing to listen to your perspective, because the people that really get the change done are the staffers in their offices. So send them information. There's a website somewhere.
Some Democrats are pro-life, though. So.
You can just Google it, honestly. You can just go contact your local reps, and even if it's this issue or a different issue, then you can just go, hey, what's up? This is me, because that's how we were able to interview Judy Schwank.
Oh,
It was about the spotted lanternflies. Nothing significantly political until you get money involved, which is actually, you could make an argument between the morality and the financial aspect of abortion. You really could have a fun conversation about that, because they intertwined forever. Everything's intertwined with money. It's money. Money's the root. But we were able to contact her and set that up because of her online portal to contact her about communicating about it. So if you have a representative, have them come here.
Oh, that's
a
great
idea.
idea.
Communicate about that, because I feel as if they might be willing to communicate about something, hopefully, that people are uncomfortable to talk about.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. That's the problem. It's a taboo topic, whether it's sex, whether it's anything that involves sex.
Yeah.
Literally anything that involves sex.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah. You really
Which is surprising. Like, I don't know why we shame people for getting pregnant and for I just don't understand why it has to be so taboo like that. Why? Well, that's such an important thing. Like, sex influences so many people's lives on not even just like if you get pregnant, like on so many different levels.
Yeah.
It's an important topic. Like, it's so important.
And you keep going around in a circle about it, but the communication practices, the positive the practical communication practices, that's a thing that people just don't pay attention to. They just kind of get into people's faces and blow up. So there are courses on this campus, and you'll have the people tell you that they're brainwashing you. You have that perspective a lot. Oh, you're brainwashing. This is nothing but a liberal pansy campus of nonsense. And that's not necessarily true. You learn the practices and you adopt a new way of thinking. Whether or not you agree with that style and perspective is subjective.
Yeah.
But there are courses on this campus that provide context to the situations that you're talking about in a day-to-day. And you're practicing those concepts without even, maybe you realize it, but without really understanding the bedrock of it, you're doing it. And you're doing it on a daily basis, and you're helping people that have a like-minded sense of understanding and perspective do it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So that's commendable. It really is. You got a lot of organizations across the world doing the opposite. In terms of radicalizing, in terms of rationally going at this, but then you also have your side of the coin. So, Jackie, it's been a pleasure talking to you today.
Yeah.
Plug the organization one more time if people are interested and they want to listen.
Students for Life Kutztown, we meet every Thursday night at 5 p.m. at MSU 325. And if you want, you can send us a message by emailing us at studentsforlife@kutztown.edu, or you can go on our Facebook, which is at Students for Life Kutztown. I don't care if you're pro-life or pro-choice. Send us a message. Tell us what you think. Seriously.
There it is, from a president to a president. Thank you for being here, Jackie.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Awesome. For all things Kutztown Live, be sure to check us out on social media. Hashtag KURadio. We're all over the place. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And you can probably be able to listen to this in the future on the YouTube, Kutztown University YouTube page. Kutztown University Radio YouTube page. Apologies on that. I don't want to be directing people to the university page. Good Lord. All right. Thank you for listening, everybody.
You are listening to
KUR, the radio voice of Kutztown University. On air at 1670 AM. Streaming online at www.kutztown.edu/KUR. At select times of the day on Service Electric, Berks Channel 24. Hometown Utelecom Channel 191. Service Electric Lehigh Channel 266. On your smartphone using a free app like TuneIn. You can listen to KUR anywhere you have a phone. Like that landline, just by dialing 563